What's up, everybody? Good morning or early afternoon for some of you folks, if you guys are on the East Coast. But welcome in. I know Cody's going to be coming in here in a second. So, welcome in for another great episode of Market Morning News. Glad to have all you guys in here. I know we haven't been on live lately. It's been very busy for me and Cody. So thank you guys for bearing with us and all your support. And as always, this live is supported by you guys hitting that like and subscribe button and just giving us a share. Share us on your timelines and your pages so that we can reach more people. And we really appreciate it. A lot of great things kind of happening. I think it's great that we're kind of hitting this stagnation, a little bit of a dip. We also have a lot of things to talk about how the market's going to affect with the Trump's verdict on being guilty on all counts. All I think is all 34 counts. So we'll see how Truth Social is going to hold up to that. We do have the crypto market still dropping after some weird trading on the Bitcoin ETFs yesterday. Although these things kind of happen. ETFs are ETFs. I just got to let them ride out. The important thing is that we need retail investors to be coming in and just keep dollar cost averaging in while keeping their money in and not getting over greedy or too euphoric while also not being too fearful. But with that said, some news we're going to cap off this week, and hopefully we'll be back for market. You guys will be back on for morning market, or I'm sorry, market close, episode 8 at the end of today, as well as some other videos will be coming. Also got a few videos that'll be debuting on Patreon only. So if you guys want all that, go to the description and go through the links and check those out for you. Ooh, excuse me. So without further ado, let's get into all of this. So we got the crypto markets at 62 greed, just kind of coming back to neutral. Market cap of 2.51 trillion, down about 1.5%. We have volume, the trading volume at 77 billion, down shy of like 4.75%. We have Bitcoin taking a little tumble back down to 66K. We have Ethereum down to 37K. Solana back down to 164. XRP still holding just above 50 cents. Polkadot back in the high $6 range. We got Chainlink holding at in the $17 range. And of course, we have Quant down here just shy of 90, still holding strong with heavy buy volume, but no really like sell or trading activity. We also have the stock market's kind of taking a little tumble today. As you see here, down NASDAQ down about 1.5%. The Dow is flat. S&P 500 is about 0.5% down. It seems like we're finally starting to come down off those all-time highs in the market. I'll wait till Cody gets back on for some of the crypto news because we've been texting a lot. He has a lot of information there. So once he gets back on with us, I'll let you guys, we'll go over that. But moreover, let's talk about how the Trump's conviction is going to affect Truth Social. Now, as you guys know, like I have to look up the parent company. We did it before, but it looks like we went over this on the last live. It looked like the stock was being pumped up to an absurd value for what this actually is. And it's already seen about a 30% drop in its price since this. So I wonder how it's going to hold afterwards. It isn't really good because this is kind of connected to the overall favor and what's going on in Trump's life. And right now, it's really just heavy MAGA users on the Truth Social network. So I don't know how it's going to fare get with the upcoming market, especially if we're going to see a downturn in the overall stocks from their all-time highs. This will definitely see a significant loss as there is not a lot of value attached to it. I do see that this is going to be kind of a rallying point for it, but as far as geopolitics go, as I said, we don't really care. We just care about how it's going to affect our money. And if you're invested in Truth Social, my recommendation is probably try to cash out now while there is still some form of liquidity in there. But I also wanted to go ahead and talk about a couple other companies here while we're at it. Got to pull up AT&T here. Well, I should go because this is another one that I've always having. It's in a lot of blue chip portfolios as well as one of my portfolios. So if I could pull out the 3-year chart, it's been on a steady hold, but still dropping. As you guys know, during the pandemic, this was over $20 at one point, but it's been holding around here around a $17 range. I do like AT&T as a steady because they have a good platform for their business line of revenue. They have a good platform for their consumer line of revenue. The fact that they use both CDMA and GSM technologies on their phones really makes it a more viable network to be on, especially if you are running a business. That's why I see a lot of value in AT&T and all of this going forward. Now, their earnings have been rather stagnant. I do think that's because there is a lot of theft involved with cell phones still, especially with fake contracts and everything. So that's got to be you got to be a little bit careful with that. Um, just going to send out a quick text here, but I wanted to just say that it is still a great option. They're paying great amount of dividends, as you can see here. You know, compared to what they were doing before. Now it's not anything to compare to what AT&T was doing in the past, but 28 cents after their restructuring from 15 years ago to what they are now after absorbing Singular, Wireless, and all those providers and becoming AT&T Mobility. I still think it's going in a good direction. I think that in the next it's a little undervalued because it should be at around $28 a share. That's what I'm thinking. What's up, Cody? Glad to have you in here.
What's up?
How's it going? Just going over some quick stock stuff, but now that Cody's on, we can go take a look at some cryptos because I really want to. There's a lot going on with Polkadot, so I'm gonna pull that up. And if you guys don't know, if you guys are unaware, Polkadot does have a YouTube channel, and they put up a crap ton of videos on there. A lot that have to do with their network, interoperability, the future of Web3, crypto, their platform.
I'm still staking a lot of Polkadot. I almost have 1,050. I'm trying to get to 1,100. I'll get to 1,100 just from staking and not even buying by the end of September. So, I mean, that'll be worth over 50 grand at 60 grand at all time high, which is where I'm planning on selling.
Oh, absolutely. And I think right now it's still a good time at the high sixes to dollar cost average into this project. And for you guys that don't know, Polkadot is kind of focusing, although they're expanding their reach to the crypto gaming, to the play to earn verse and all that stuff. But really, it's their big focus is on interoperability, Web3, and of course, crypto DeFi. Although I think Chainlink is a little bit better on crypto DeFi than Polkadot, but Polkadot still has quite a bit of staying power and is one of the most secure networks on crypto with the amount of validators and people on the validating network.
Oh, yeah, there's like 57% of the supply is being staked and only like 39% is circulating. So,
Yes, then that bodes well for good tokenomics and everything for you guys. So while you probably won't get the return on ROI as a risky meme stock, but the fact that this can give you a steady good ROI makes it a valuable addition to your portfolio. And if you're going to put money into Chainlink, I would seriously consider putting money into Polkadot as well to balance out your portfolio. Because while Chainlink is a little better on crypto DeFi, it's good to have something like Polkadot, which is a good, solid, direct competitor to them, so you can play both sides.
I'd even say Quant is a good balancer to Chainlink as well.
Oh,
Quant's a
absolutely.
really good. Quant's been. I've been looking at the price of Quant, and it's been holding this range for the past year and a half, almost 2 years, and that just means to me that eventually, we had the Solana run up, we had render coins like that pump like crazy, but when liquidity flows and when we actually get bullish, I see Quant going to like $1,000. I'm not selling a single quant until $1,000.
Oh, absolutely. And right now, I think it's coming down to a good buy, which I recommend highly in dollar cost averaging in. If especially if you are you have good income and you're thinking about putting $400 or $500 in, this is a good one to start looking at in dollar cost averaging in. Now, the downside to quant is that they're excuse me they're focused more on centralization and CBDCs, which most people who are steadfast in the crypto dislike. There are some negative effects to that, meaning there's more control over wallets, more control over locking you out. There's more monitoring of all transactions. I'm not a big favor of that. However, the fact that they're working with a lot of smaller nations, like they're not working with any big nations. I don't really consider Great Britain a big nation. They're kind of really the reverse kind of happen. They're really more of like almost like a subsection of America, but whether they want to believe it or not, because our military does a lot of their technology comes from us. So we sell them all of their military equipment and weapons. So it's that's just how I feel. But they are talking to 130 Quant's talking to 130 small countries, central banks. They are working with the Bank of England. They are working with a lot of large national banks such as Bank of America, J.P. Morgan, BlackRock. They're in a lot. The only people who aren't really truly confirmed are like Vanguard and Fidelity. They're more mass management, but I have a feeling that they will eventually get involved in this as well. But everyone's kind of like behind doors right now. It's not like they're announcing their presence on it. It's just that the people that work in them or around them are kind of involved in this. And that's where I'm saying, like, if the big money is moving in this, there's no harm in just following them and making a little bit of money with them on this.
Oh yeah, I've seen a new wallet that had like $40 million worth of quant. This wallet that's also been holding quant since June 2018, he has like 319,000 quant. Except just recently, I'd say like a week ago, after 6 years of inactivity, he just started waking up and he's been selling like 1,000 quant a day. I don't know if he's trying to fully exit his position by selling 1,000 quant for the next 319 days, or if he's just taking good chunks out. I don't know, but that's a big wallet that's sold like 6 or 7 thousand quant. He has like
Mhm.
600K in Tether.
Yeah, I would say he's probably just cashing out some profits. That's what I
I
would say.
mean, that's he's been inactive since June of 2018. He didn't even take profits in the bull run when Quant went to like 400 something. He's just been holding, and he sold like 6,000 Quant recently.
Yeah, or you never know. The person who's holding that wallet could be going through a divorce and is having to split that wallet up or liquidate a portion of it for whatever the divorce proceeding. We have no idea. That's what I'm saying. We have no idea what's going on in that person's life.
Because that's a $30 million wallet. Like, I'm pretty sure you can't even liquidate all that in like a second. Like, there's no way you can dump out $30 million worth of Quant in like an instant.
No, it would definitely hit the market and tank quant as well as spread fear in the market as well. But I think they're just easing it out a little bit, or maybe they're getting cash because they want cash for something else that they want to invest in.
Wait, what did you say? They were getting cash for what? It disconnected there.
Oh no, they're probably liquidating some of their quant assets to get cash for other investments, maybe outside of crypto, maybe stocks, maybe real estate,
Yep.
or maybe they're in trouble with another investment and they're trying to liquidate some quant to cover the losses of a business or investment. We don't know. We don't
Yeah.
know. Not everybody that has a big wallet, not every just because you have like a whale wallet does not mean everything is going right in your life either. Just remember that, guy. Just because you have a crap ton of a valuable token does not mean that everything else in your life is going right. It could mean that hey, my real estate holdings are crashing. And if I don't pay like $10 million, I am going to lose all my real estate assets, and that might be what they're doing. Who knows? Like I said,
Well,
they'd be
either
going
way,
through a divorce,
that's
for anything.
$30 million. Like that's life changing money. Regardless, even if he sells half of his holdings, like he's gonna hit over $100 million in quant for sure.
Yeah. I mean, and it sounds like they're slow. It sounds like the money's got to be going to cover something else, either another big investment or covering a business or something. That's because you wouldn't trickle it out like that unless you were trying to cover something, or or you're just saying, "Hey, I just want to take some of my profits to use for lifestyle purchases."
Yeah,
So
because I
who
mean, so
knows?
far he's taken out 600,000. I mean, 600,000 out of 30 million is nothing.
Yeah, it's really not as much, but like I said, we don't know what's going on in that person's life, or even if it's an institution holding a wallet, what's going on in their world. All we know is that they're cashing out a little bit at a time, which does bode well for us because if the exchanges were running out and they're probably the bulk buyers of what he's slowly releasing. And if other whales are doing that, that means there's going to be more quant for retail investors as there's more quant sitting on exchanges for them
You know,
to purchase.
I was thinking that too. I was thinking too because I was looking at his transactions and he wasn't sending them directly to an exchange. He was sending them to like Mev bots, which I guess are like converters.
Mhm.
I guess they're like bots that do the exchange. I'm not sure, but he
Mhm.
hasn't been sending them directly to the
Yeah.
go on Etherscan and on hold. So that's how it's easily seen.
Okay. Well, like I said, I don't think he's I don't think there's anything nefarious going on. I think it's just normal everyday business practices happening with what that wallet's going through. But I do think it bodes well for everyone else that there's more available quant to buy, so then more retail
It's
people
not
start buying.
Yeah, it's not all in that one wallet. Like he's spreading the quant more.
Yes. So in the end, it's going to be a net positive for everybody, pretty much. But there's also still a lot of good things going on with quant. The overledger is starting to come out. There, the practicality of tokenization of real world assets is becoming more and more reality on quant.
You know
And
what
I
I've
think
noticed too? Oh, I'm
Mhm.
sorry. We haven't gone under $85
No, we haven't
since
gone under yet.
the last time we hit $85 was in what was it? October of 2023. And we didn't even go under that. This
Mhm.
time we may go under it. I think the lowest we'll go is $80. I really don't see quant under $80. I really don't. I mean, if it did go under $80, well, it wouldn't stay there. Like it'd be a liquidity grab.
Yes, and I think if it does get close to 80, too many people would flood in and start dollar cost averaging or making large investments and moving it off
And
exchanges
that
and
would be bullish. Like people don't
oh yeah.
realize, like even if the price is going down, that's not necessarily bearish. Like that is bullish. Like if quant does go down to 75 $80, tons of people will be buying it. Just like how it did in April. It dropped to 85 in April. It didn't even stay there, but for like 2 or 3 hours.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Another one that we want to talk about real quick, because I keep talking about Chainlink. Let me just bring up Link here. And Link also has a YouTube channel as well. So I want to say, because like I haven't watched any of their videos just yet. They just put up another like 3 or 4 videos. But there's a lot going on with interoperability. However, guys, this network does not have as many validators as Polkadot's network does. But they are pushing to get more developers, validators, people on their staking. But then again, this is one of those ecosystems and blockchains that you can't just stake to make money. The validators actually have to do work. They're doing actual work on there. So you're not going to have someone who has a lot of money monopolize and cannibalize the market share of the ecosystem and dictate where it's going. You have to be able to do the work on there. So, but I do like Chainlink as another alternative investment to Dot because they're basically both doing the same thing now. both doing interoperability, Web3 protocol, and trying to go with speed and efficiency. But do remember that both Polkadot and Chainlink are both ERC tokens.
I
So
want
you're
to
going to
bring this
need to
up
have
too.
Ethereum. Go ahead, Cody.
I'm on the Kraken exchange right now, and
Mhm.
the quant buys, there's 70% buys for quant and 30% sells. So the buys are way outpacing the sells on Kraken. At least on Kraken. That's what it shows on Kraken.
Mm-hmm. No, I believe it. I definitely believe it there. For let me just pull up uh KuCoin too.
74% buys, actually. 74% buys on Kraken. See, that's what I'm saying. And we just went back to $90. Like,
Yeah,
people
it
saying
just
quant's dead. It's only because they're seeing other coins like Solana. Like if Solana and if the whole altcoin market was dead, people wouldn't be feeling this kind of FOMO. But because they saw other coins pump, I'm seeing a lot of people like doing the swap.
exactly. And well, what you guys also got to realize, Solana is heavily influenced by venture capitalists and people who lost big on FTX. So and Solana was also pushed by FTX. Now Solana does have a use case, but I think their ecosystem is going to be dead in the water. I think they're going to fully switch over to hardware. That's just my opinion.
After this cycle, I see the
Yes,
Solana ecosystem. What's going to happen in the next bear cycle is going to be just like this previous one. The TVL is going to go down like crazy. Users are going to go down like crazy because after the bull market's over and the gambling meme coins are dead, nobody's trading them anymore. I mean, what demand is Solana going to have?
well, let's just put it this way: if the SEC gets in and we have true regulation in crypto, the meme coins are done. Because in order to be once it's regulated, everything that's on an exchange has to have value or some type of potential value that's viable. It can't just be valuable for no reason.
Yeah, like
So
Super Trump and all these shit coins on Solana, like like the Joe Biden meme coins, the Trump meme coins, and all that crap is gonna. It's after this cycle, it's not gonna be a thing. And I know people said that last cycle, but that's even. I'm saying this now because even more regulation is gonna come in. And when you have regulation, you can't just create like Super Trump token.
yes, you just can't create because it's got to be it's got to be audited. The financials got to be audited. There's a lot more into so you're not going to be able to create a coin. Those days are going to be long gone soon. Right now, it's still the wild, wild west, but eventually, when the SEC gets in here, that's kind of going to destroy the meme token market, which is going to destroy Solana because that's basically mostly what it is, as
Yeah,
well
that's why
as
the value's held up. That's why there's on-chain revenue. The on-chain revenue isn't from the Sol token; it's from the Sol ecosystem.
exactly. And what I also want to say is that Solana is also heavily pushed by a lot of influencers that also pushed, you know, the pump and dump cryptos like Vault Inu, Parma token, Pyro token. I mean, we can just go on and on and on about all these tokens, and I could tell you that those guys are not um, for some once the SEC comes in, Solana is going to be hurting bad, and the only way for Solana to have any type of value is they're going to have to pivot out of an actual crypto ecosystem and pivot into hardware like a crypto based phone with a hard wallet attached, doing stuff like that. That can bring more value than actually is because no one's really focusing on that other than Nano Ledger, but no one's actually trying to make a hard wallet that also has a phone and is secure enough that everyone can use it. I think that'd be a phenomenal thing. But Solana's has a phone and a new one coming out, but I think in the next couple years they're going to fully switch over to hardware manufacturing and things like that. I just don't see this ecosystem lasting, and on top of that, it's going to crash again
That's why I'm
eh,
only going to
when
hold
the
Bitcoin after this
volume
cycle.
picks up. Yeah,
That's
Bitcoin would be a little bit more stable than having all this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Solana's gonna probably drop, I'd say about 70% after the 2025 run. Like, I see it going from like, if it goes to 700, I think it'll go back to like $70.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And it may even drop a little lower than that. But if you got in at Solana back in the day when 2 years ago when it was like $14, now's the time to cash out. Don't hold any longer. Cash out your holdings. Liquidate while you can, because I have a feeling even though it may run up with the market, and we may see like a 500, 600 Solana just from the volume of people entering into it, but it will eventually crashes will start happening. Things will start going bad with the ecosystem, and there's still a lot of bugs to fix in both their wallets and their overall ecosystem. So I would just be very careful with Solana. I wouldn't recommend a large hefty investment or having it as a large amount of your portfolio given all the risks involved. But let's go ahead and talk a little quickly about Ethereum here. Oops. Because I think Ethereum's going to have a rapid increase with this cycle because a lot of new people coming to crypto are going to forget that they need to have some Ethereum in their wallet in order to take profits in all their ERC20 tokens like Solana, Dogecoin, Shiba Coin, or Chainlink dot whatever token they is or Quant. So you're going to need it in your hard wallet, and they're not going to realize it till it's too late, and then they're all going to run to it, and it's going to be a huge cash. You're going to have a huge increase in volume from it. And I know my original take on this was that Ethereum should like really 2x kind of come back up to 8,000, but I'm thinking more on the lines of that Ethereum might break the 12,000 mark in this next bull run, just because of the necessity for it with all the hard wallets and all the ERC20 tokens out there, and the fact that it's always talked about in mainstream news outlets such as Fox, CNBC, and even MSNBC has done segments on Ethereum, just talking about it in their little finance segments on their morning news broadcast. So if more and more average retailer investors start seeing it and investing in it, if you've already been holding it and dollar cost averaging over the last 3 years, that will be a significant windfall if you wait just a little bit longer into the bull run as people realize they need it. And then it's just going to be a wild cash grab of it. And it's kind of going to happen what's happening to Quant right now. There's not going to be much of it on exchanges, and you'll be able to get a premium value for it. So other than that, given the market segment, people talking about people with the Trump verdict and everything, I do think that that's going to push people. That's going to push people to want to look for alternative investments, especially given how the overall sentiment of people in the economy right now. So, but that's all. That's all I really got to talk about. There's really not too much. Like everything's just stable. If the only other thing is that the auto industry is still kind of hitting that stagnation point. Nothing's really selling off the lots. I know myself. I'm not seeing a lot of new car tags around. So we're starting to see repossessions on the local level. So I don't I don't see that holding up, but it's going to hold. Well, it's not going to hold up for the rest of the year, but it's definitely going to hold up for the rest of the summer, as people will still make impulse purchases over the summer, getting a flashy new car for the summer, things like that. If they're in mid management and up, they're probably still getting bonuses, things like that. So people are still going to be spending like the last hoorah of the summer. But then we got a lot of people like Cody's age who are having a hard time trying to find employment. You know, thing like 3 years ago, you could get a job the next day. Now it might take a month or two, and who knows, maybe in a year this time next year, it might take like 6 months to get another job. So just be mindful and wary of that, and make sure you guys are saving as much as you can. Make sure you have an emergency fund that's stacked up to 12 months. Make sure that you have well-funded 401ks, Roth IRAs, before you even think about getting into crypto or even individual stock picks. Make sure that your bases are covered, so that way you have extra money to go into other things. So, not too much today. I know it's kind of short, but I do have to get going and answer some things. Cody, do you have any final thoughts before we close this out?
No, not really. I am going into work though.
Yeah, well, there you have it. So, but I'll be back on for market close, just to briefly touch on some topics for you guys. And we'll see you guys later this afternoon. And if you guys want to watch any of the replays of any lives that we have or videos or anything, they're all on YouTube and Rumble. Just look up Simply Investing or hit the link in the bio if you're on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook watching us. And you can watch it all there. Give us a subscribe. And also, before we close out, another great sponsor of this video is Crypto Dream. He has definitely been one of our great supporters, been with us since pretty much day one, and watching us on TikTok mainly, and then kind of coming over to YouTube. He has his own YouTube channel, Crypto Dream for Us, and you guys can go check it out. Give him a subscribe. He's almost to 500 subscribers, so let's help him grow and let's help him keep building up. He has a take that most people really need, which is a family guy kind of working in the blue collar field and is trying to invest in things like crypto and stocks to help better the future of his family. And he has a different take on it, so definitely interesting to see. But I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for everything. Like and subscribe, and make sure you guys stay safe out there. And we'll see you guys